busy with B, getting busy with me. I'm too busy being beautiful, loving and free. Getting busy with B, getting busy with me. I'm too busy being beautiful, loving and free.
Getting busy with B, getting busy with B. She too busy being beautiful, it's busy to be. We busy being busy, baby, that's the way it should be.
I tune into my station, baby, and get busy with B.
Getting busy with B, getting busy with B. We busy being brilliant, breaking down your issues with B. The best of being busy, baby, that's the way it should be.
I tune into my station, baby, and get busy with B.
What we talk about, we can talk it out. Ladies news, advertisement, what we bark about. Charity, celebrity, what we talk about. Therapy, prosperity, what we talk about.
Hey, what's going on? Oh my goodness, it's been so long for me since I've been in the studio. You know, when you're away from something that you're doing so much, you just miss it. But I'm so excited to be back for my first show right here on Listen Vision Live. I'm joined in the studio by my co-host, the Sixth Man.
What's up?
What's up? What's up? So again, it's a pack-filled show. I did make some promises to do some free promos. I'm going to take care of that the next show because it's so crowded, and I want to make sure you guys get your due diligence. So like I said, I have Trayon White in the building. I have Kenethia Austin in the building. She's going to talk about how the gun violence directly affected her. I have Jimmy Jenkins in the building. So we got a lot to get to. We started a little late because of technical difficulties. So what I had planned, I should have kind of reverted. But I'm going to ask Kenethia Austin to come up, and I'm not even going to go to break at this point. So I'm going to ask her to come up. I'm going to kind of let Kevin take the lead with this one. Ooh. And do the interview with her. And I'm right here to pop in. You never know where to come. I might have some questions, but I'm going to move my seat and let you get right here. You know how to turn your phone. I will. I got you. So welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome
For having me.
And thank you for giving me your time, giving us your time. And I just want you to kind of share your stories. So the topic of today is gun violence. One of the reasons I picked this topic over the summertime, I was just heartbroken just to keep seeing people getting shot left and right. Just the most recent one on 6th Street itself really hit close to home to me. We grew up, I ain't going to say we grew up together, I'm much older than him, but he lived in the same building. He died right there, in front of my mom's house. And I'm here today because gun violence truly affects me. So I wanted to have this topic because this is how I wanted to open the season because we need to talk about it. Mm-hmm. So I want you to share your story of how gun violence have directly affected you.
So my name is Kenethia Austin, and my son, Marquise Austin, was killed by the Metropolitan Police Department on June 12th, 2018 at approximately 7:10 p.m. Where would you like for me to start?
Basically, just tell his story. I mean, what are they saying happened? Any results? Have you got any results from it? I know the story. I want you to tell it as if, you getting the story out there for the first time.
So unfortunately, because MPD or the city, the mayor, the chief of police, or anyone from the city, no one has officially sat me down or had any type of formal meeting with me to give me confident factuals of what happened to my son when he was killed. So all of this information primarily is coming from social media or either word of mouth as far as to what I know, what happened on that evening. Marquise's co-parent called me about 7:10 p.m. and said Marquise was shot. And so, of course, with me thinking positive, I said, what hospital are we going to? And she said that he was gone. And so I decided not to go to the scene. And someone notified me that it had been all over the news that evening at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And so, of course, I felt like, how is it that this information could be reported on the news without anyone officially notifying me of my son being killed? So I waited at my home, and the next day, I guess about 24 hours later is when MPD came to my home to notify me. And when they came, they just said that we are here in regards to an incident that occurred on yesterday. And so they didn't even refer to it as my son being killed. And so they literally just gave me a Google printout of the medical examiner's office and said, your next steps are to just contact them and see if your son is there. That was the only information that MPD has provided to me up until today. And so from that day until now, I have been advocating aggressively to find out what happened, not only for myself and for my family, but Marquise has a daughter that's, she's now 3 years old. And so at some point in life, she will ask me and her family members what happened to my dad. And so it's critical for me to find out truth as to what happened. The chief of police, Chief Newsom, allegedly in his news report stated that Marquise fired a gun at the police, which is why they returned deadly fire. I've also heard news reports that Marquise threw a gun. And so at this time, I don't know if he has threw a gun or fired a gun. And so from that, they returned deadly fire. From my understanding, Marquise was shot 15 times. Even the autopsy did not fully disclose all of the shots. They told me in the autopsy, if they were repetitive shots, that they would not list them. So at this point now, I started out by contacting the mayor's office to ask for permission for this body cam footage, which is, of course, the mayor instituted this program about 5 years ago. And the purpose of the program was to hold officers accountable for previous citizen complaints and previous dealings within the community. And so the purpose of the body cam was to provide transparency. And so, of course, at this point in time, what I have experienced has not been transparent. It hasn't been a valid source to provide me and my family as to what happened to Marquise. And so my question now becomes, what is the primary purpose of the body camera program when especially taxpayer dollars are utilized to pay for this? And so I've advocated with the mayor's office, and then when I got no response from the mayor's office, I turned to Attorney General Carl Racine office and Councilman Charles Allen. We were able to get a meeting with Carl Racine, and he said that he would ask the mayor for the public release of the body cam. The mayor declined public release and said that only certain individuals could be approved to see the body cam. So the evening before we were scheduled to see the body cam footage, the mayor's office contacted my attorney and said only 3 people could see it. So of course this brought extreme distress to me, having to choose who on my legal team and who in my family to see the body cam. And of course I didn't want to see the body cam. And so we chose those 3 individuals. However, Marquise's father was not able to see it. And so now we are still advocating to see not just 5 minutes of the body cam, but the full body cam. and also for my entire family to be able to see this and my entire legal team to be able to see this, so that we can make necessary progress, whether that's a formal complaint, whether that's a civil case, but we need access to the full body cam in order to move forward legally.
And so is nothing that can be done at this point, as far as I've seen cases like this where you can't see the body cam and they sign petitions and, you know, rally, because I do hear that you do have a legal team, but is this this not against the law?
So currently the laws that are governed with the body cam program, with MPD's body cam program, it does not prohibit me as Marquise's parent from seeing that. So that's one of the reasons that I keep asking, why am I not able to fully see this body cam footage, me or Marquise's father? And so currently the law states that if the person is a juvenile, that that the parent can see and request for the body cam. And one of the responses that MPD responded when we initially asked for the body cam, they said Marquise can request it.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
And so, of course, how insulting was that with hearing that response. And so, of course, Marquise can't request it because he's deceased. You killed him. And so from that point, we contacted MPD's general counsel, and they just didn't respond at all. And so, which is why we went the route that we did. And so this past Monday, I went to the city council with Councilman Charles Allen, and that was a 5-year reflection of MPD's body cam program. And the council definitely voiced that there is a concern of the laws and regulations around and surrounding the body cam program. But who wants to wait until all those implementations come into place until I can see? It's been about 16 months since Marquise has been killed. And so can you imagine not really knowing what happened to your child?
No.
And having to advocate day in and day out to ask, can you just let me know what happened when Marquise was killed? It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. But I have to keep going.
Absolutely.
Whew. So, that was definitely heavy, and thank you so much. And show the body cam. If it's nothing to hide, show the body cam.
Yeah.
I wanted to give you this platform, and thank you so much.
Thank you
for sharing your story.
Thank you.
And just as a mom, I could never imagine, losing my child in that way, and right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't know your son, but I know we are just by the color of our skin, we have just a fight, whether we man or woman. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
And hopefully your story and your tears do not go in vain, and Buzy will be show the body cam.
Yes.
So I just had one thing to add. The reason why I got involved was because when this happened last year, I actually saw it on a live feed on Facebook. And when Kenethia reached out to me on Facebook, it was mainly because I had a platform. I'm gonna just say that. Mm-hmm. And once she sent me the information and I saw it on Facebook, I reached back out to her and I wanted to do something because I felt like I saw this on Facebook, so it kind of affected me as well. And so I saw a Channel News clip of her, and they interviewed her. And as you see right now, the raw emotion of losing a child. I think for some reason Channel 9 edited it, and when I saw it, I even told her myself, I said I didn't like it. I didn't like the fact that they did not give you the opportunity to tell, one, to tell your full story, and two, give us an idea who Marquise was. So I took it upon myself to reach out to her and say, listen, I got a team. We're going to get together, and we're going to come to you whenever you're comfortable, whenever you're ready. I mean, we even had another location, and she called me one day. She was like, Kevin, I'm comfortable. I want you guys to come to my house.
I want you to also let people know where to find the video. Matter of fact, it's on my page. I posted it on my Facebook. Guys, it's a story. We need to stand for something or fall for anything. The body cams was put there to protect us, first of all. Protect us, the civilians. And also it's protection for the cops as well. So if it's nothing to hide, it should be no shame in showing the body cam. The whole footage, not eventually, but right now. If you didn't, if you're not wrong, show the body cam. Give this mother, give this family, give them some closure. So I mean, we have to move on. Like I said, I have the council members and stuff in the building, but I wanted to give you this platform, this opportunity to share your story, and this won't be the last time. And anything that Buzy will be can do. Look, this is what I'm all about. You never know how many families you can help. I mean, I experience gun violence, every day, and people are reaching out to me. So, I mean, it's nothing like building a family and building a network. You're not the only one going through this. You're not alone, and I'm so grateful that you shared your story here with me.
Thank you so much for having me.
So the video can be seen on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. Real Talk with the 6 Man. It's in the top portion of the channel. I wanted everybody, when they come to the channel, I switched it to make that the feature video, so you can watch it in depth. You can like it, post it, share it.
Yeah, share the video.
Subscribe.
Share the video, and
we
just
need to get it out there.
And hashtag show the body cam. Hashtag it. Show the full body cam. If it's nothing to hide, show the full body cam.
Absolutely.
Right is right, wrong is wrong. She just want closure. Yeah. So I mean, if her son had a gun, he had a gun. I mean that's how we are. We moms. We want she want closure. Give her some closure. We're gonna take a quick break, like maybe 1 minute, just to get everything set up, get these guys set up, and we gonna just talk. We gonna talk. So we be back.
From the nation cap, home of the Nats. We winning on you, Bammers, baby, best believe it. We losing our youth, the black on black violence with straps. Can't depend on politicians, gotta watch our own back. Put the guns down, youngins. Life's about funnin'. Hate to see funerals, but love to give money. Shout out to VA and PG. You see us coming, MDDC. Be more what it do, dummy.
Getting busy with B, getting busy with me. I'm too busy being beautiful, loving and free. Getting busy with B, getting busy with me. I'm too busy being beautiful, loving and free.
Getting busy with B, getting busy with B. She too busy being beautiful, it's busy to be. We busy being busy, baby, that's the way it should be.
I tune into my station, baby, and get busy with B.
Getting busy with B, getting busy with B. We busy being brilliant, breaking down your issues with B. The best of being busy, baby, that's the way it should be.
I tune into my station, baby, and get busy with B.
What we talk about, we can talk it out. Latest news, advertisement, what we bark about. Charity, celebrity, what we talk about. Therapy, prosperity, what we talk about. I'm from the nation cap, home of the Nats. We winning on you, Bammers, baby, best believe it. We losing our youth, the black on black violence with straps. Can't depend on politicians, gotta watch our own back. Put the guns down, youngins. Life's about funnin'. Hate to see funerals, but love to give money. Shout out to VA and PG. You see us coming, MDDC. Be more what it do, dummy.
Getting busy with B, getting busy with me. I'm too busy being beautiful, loving and free. Getting busy with B, getting busy with me. I'm too busy being beautiful, loving and free. with B, getting busy with me. I'm too busy being beautiful, loving and free. Getting busy with B, getting busy with me. I'm too busy being beautiful, loving and free.
Getting busy with B, getting busy with B. She too busy being beautiful, it's busy to be. We busy being busy, baby, that's the way it should be.
I tune into my station, baby, and get busy with B.
Getting busy with B, getting busy with B. We busy being brilliant, breaking down your issues with B. The best of being busy, baby, that's the way it should be.
I tune into my station, baby, and get busy with B.
What we talk about, we can talk it out. Ladies news, advertisement, what we bark about. Charity, celebrity, what we talk about. Therapy, prosperity, what we talk about. I'm from the nation cap, home of the Nets. We winning on you, Bammers, baby, best believe it. We losing our youth, the black on black violence with straps. Can't depend on politicians, gotta watch our own back. Put the guns down, youngins, life's about funnin'. Hate to see funerals, but love to give money. Shout out to VA and PG, you see us coming. MDDC, be more what it do, dummy.
Getting busy with B, getting busy with me. I'm too busy being beautiful, loving and free. Getting busy with B, getting busy with me. I'm too busy being beautiful, loving and free.
Getting busy with B, getting busy with B. She too busy being beautiful, it's busy to be. We busy being busy, baby, that's the way it should be.
I tune into my station, baby, and get busy with B.
Getting busy with B, getting busy with B. We busy being brilliant, breaking down your issues with B. The best of being busy, baby, that's the way it should be.
I tune into my station, baby, and get busy with B.
What we talk about, we can talk it out. Ladies news, advertisement, what we bark about. Charity, celebrity, what we talk about. Therapy, prosperity, what we talk about. I'm from the nation cap, home of the Nets. We winning on you, Bammers, baby, best believe it. We losing our youth, the black on black violence with straps. Can't depend on politicians, gotta watch our own back. Put the guns down, youngins, life's about funnin'. Hate to see funerals, but love to give money. Shout out to VA and PG, you see us coming. MDDC, be more what it do, dummy.
Getting busy with B, getting busy with me. I'm too busy being beautiful, loving and free. Getting busy with B, getting busy with me. I'm too busy being beautiful, loving and free.
What's going on, guys? And I'm back, tuned in back. I have some gentlemen joining me on the stage. I'm gonna act as if y'all don't even know who they are. Let them introduce themselves.
So my name is Trayon White. I serve as the council member of the Ward 8.
The Ward 8. Whoop,
Yeah.
whoop. Jimmy.
My name is Jimmy Jenkins. I am the CEO and founder of Manpower DC.
Yeah, so I asked these guys here today. The topic was gun violence, and just how it directly affects our community. For me, when I say our community, I really am speaking from Ward 8. That's where I'm born and raised. Blue Night, whoop whoop.
No question.
So it's, yeah,
For
so
sure.
that's community.
All day long.
Yeah, that's really like home for me. So I know Jenkins is doing a lot in the community. Trayon, he take a lot of heat, but I got a soft spot for him. The love is real, and I think a lot of times they focus on what a person is not doing. This guy to me has done so much. He shows up. I know he was really, really busy this summer, when it comes to gun violence and candlelight visuals and just on the front line. And I just want to give him an opportunity just to talk a little bit about that and just some of the things that he's putting in place for the community.
First, I want to send my love to Miss Austin for her losing her son, Marquise. I knew Marquise personally. I spent a lot of time with him. He helped out actually with my little league football team for years. So even though he didn't play on the team, he was at every game, every practice. Man, he had a great heart and it was a great soul. And so I told his mom that I'm gonna meet with my legislative team tomorrow, because not just with Marquise, there have been a lot of instances in Washington D.C. where the body camera footage that's designed to be transparent with the government, maybe the police didn't cut it on time, it's distorted, or people can't access it. And so that's a real problem in which we acknowledge, but we have to do something about it. And so I send my love and condolence to her. Brother Ty, that's my man, 100 grand, just because I know that they raised a good young man.
Yeah.
Hey, so real quick, and I just throw this in real quick. So we went down to hear the hearings with Councilman Charles Allen. The MPD president of the union said one thing. He said that the reason why they're having issues is because of lack of training, and the lack of training was muscle memory, remembering to turn it on.
Wow.
The whole room got quiet. Like,
wow.
Like, did you really just say that?
Wow.
I just wanted to throw that in.
How much training you need to push a button?
Yeah, exactly.
The push a button.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah.
So I want to start off by saying that, but I do want to say that, man, traditionally in our community, there is a history of trauma. There's a history of substance abuse, mental health that has not been addressed as a whole, and as a result, we see we have a lot of chemicals, as I say, in one pot in our community. And you put gun violence, substance abuse, rape, neglect, drug use, homelessness, hopelessness, all in one pot. It's only a matter of time before it be a series of explosions, and that's what's happening in our community. Then we in a place where if you can't afford to live anywhere else, people that don't have the means are moving east of the Anacostia River because the last. So you got people in poverty piling on top of each other with the same issues, and so over and over again we're experiencing this violence, and they're getting younger and younger. We had over 30 youth shot east of the river within this last year. A 4-year-old last week. A 4-year-old got shot in the car with his mother over on between W and V Street last week. So,
you know what? I'm gonna challenge you. I'm gonna challenge you. I want to see between the panel, because this how many people that we've had shot and we've lost. I want to see, can we name how many people can we name, just like off the top? I know Trey.
Get me start crying
I know Trey could probably name quite a bit. But I know right around the time we gonna name. Because this is really, really important, because I think a lot of times this gun violence is happening, and we losing people left and right, and women and children. Now we accessible too. I mean, it used to be where at least if he was with his woman and child, they wouldn't get shot down. But now we getting shot down with our kids and everything else. But I found it in my heart to come up with this because, like I said, Trayon is really in the community. He really shows up, and everyone wants him to show up for a candlelight visual and stuff like that. And this is my child. We're not gonna leave you alone to do this, because we gonna try to get to 29. Is that's how many people we lost? It's a lot. So what y'all think, we could do 20 or 10?
It's up to you. It's up to you.
We can do 100 right here.
We can do 100.
All right. Look, I think
200.
Look,
I don't even want to let my spirit even revisit a lot of that
but
stuff,
that's
man,
what I'm saying. It's just they
I'm
gone, but it's
traumatized.
happening. You know what I'm saying? And maybe if we show, you know what I'm saying, the people that this is happening and needs to stop, like, no, let's dig deep. This the human side of us right now. Let's dig. So we're going to start with Marquise, Maurice,
Micaiah Wilson,
Micaiah. That's 4.
Davon Frazier,
Okay.
I'm going to recuse myself because I'm already feeling emotional.
You already feeling emotion.
Man.
All
Steven Slaughter.
All right, so, okay. I don't want, no tears. We don't want tears. But it's just, what I'm saying is, that was just a thought to just show how directly, like, we just losing our brothers. Just like I said, just a couple of weeks ago, we trying to bury Snoop. So just shouts out to his family. I went to his candlelight visual. They was, they didn't really want to publicize it or anything. He died on 6th Street, and his candlelight visual was somewhere else. And they will be laying him to rest on Friday. And again, he got killed where he grew up at. I didn't get to know the man. I knew him as a child. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, Trey, to, get you there. You want to talk about Jenkins? You want to talk about any programs or anything you have coming up, and then we'll get back to Trey because we are in election season, so we want to talk about that, getting people to the polls.
Man, I was sitting over there listening to Steven's mom.
Marquise' mom.
Marquise, that's Marquise' mom. And it just took me back to last year. It's been a year since my own little brother was shot. And, you know, I have moments of, every time, you know, these moments come about, you know, you find yourself back in that space when you're dealing with your own trauma or counseling yourself. And you know, it's real, man. People don't understand why we so committed to this thing. It's bigger than a program. It's bigger than a dollar. It's bigger than a title. Right. You know, our people, our family, they really still live in this thing that we call systematic struggle. Right. And the reality is that we sometimes get looked at as the government when we can't deliver as soon as our people need us to. But the reality is, because it's a small amount of us that's fighting to keep programs going and supporting people like Trayon, we sometimes be the outcasts. And so it's an everyday battle. You know, I am a supervisor of Knock Cure the Streets in Ward 8. And it's a violence intervention program. But I think it's bigger than just a program, right? Some people don't understand that, you know, our heart really is tied into saving lives.
And this is what I'm saying. If this wasn't a testament to just saying, Trayon, you know, get teary-eyed and, you know, really just feeling it. Like, I have chills even just saying it. But if this wasn't a testament to how dedicated he is to what he do for the community, I mean, I don't know what else, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, just sitting by you and feeling your energy, I can barely look you in your eyes without taking on some of that pain. But this man is dedicated. And I think a lot of times, again, I will always have his back. I will always talk to the trolls. And I don't really like to do that. But what I'm saying is, let's not focus on what is not always being done. You know, he's one person. He takes on a lot, and he is definitely for the community. I wanted him to have some time.
I want to speak to that real quick.
Go ahead.
Thank you, B. I think that for me as an elected official, when I first got in office, I came from the streets. I did a lot of youth violence intervention for over 10 years in Southeast. I actually got into this work because I had to bury 5 young men, all under the age of 17, that was victim of homicide, that played in my little league team. And I coached for 9 years. So I seen an article by Steve Zander that said that 25 on that team, we lost 17 from that one team.
I read that.
So I was a coach on that team.
Right, wow.
And we won the state championship in football where we was losing that life, you know. One got killed in the cafeteria of Balloon High School. That was J-Rock, James Richardson. And so I say all that to say, when I first got in office, there was $0 in the budget for violence prevention. Because the city, the leaders of the city was running a narrative that crime is down. Like, how can crime be? I'm going to visuals twice, 3 times a week. I'm out 2 o'clock in the morning, coming all the way from Southeast, all the way uptown to the hospital, driving to PG Hospital. And so what I've done so far is put money in the budget to ensure that we can get people in young people's lives early on before they actually commit a crime. Right. So we went up to $750,000, which is a drop in the bucket. When you talk about a $15.5 billion budget, then we up to a few $1 million now, potentially going up to $7 million. But when the neglect was going on for the last 8 years, I've been in the council for 2 years and 10 months. We've been neglected as a city, dealing with the real trauma people going through every day, saying crime is down because it look good when you talk about numbers. Exactly. But when you talk about 500 people got shot in D.C. last year, you'll never hear nobody say that. No. 500 people got shot in D.C. last year. We're on a trajectory to surpass that in the next 4 months. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, it's almost worse than what it was back in the day when we were called the murder capital.
See, the reality is, it is. Right. But it's just technology. People are staying alive because technology has kicked in. Right. We're able to respond faster, but it's just as much people getting shot now than it was last week. I mean, in the 90s and the 80s, you know what I'm saying? But it's technology is making an advantage on people staying alive more.
Anything else?
Yeah, I would also say that, you know, like there's this thing that the city, to me, spend more dollars in investing into building development and retail and you know, turnaround units and all these things, but we spend a little bit of focus on people development. And so I look at just like growing up in Southeast and how, you know, just how things are moving, how we're not putting money into our education, how we're not putting money into
mental health.
You know, yeah, mental. But like I tell people, it's always going to be a new term that people going to come out with to kind of move us into focusing on. Like it was substance abuse, mental health, trauma. But the reality is, it's people. We got to invest in the people itself, the character of individuals, right? And so when you talk about displacement, when you talk about people not having jobs and not having business, having opportunities, all that stuff play in the fact of trauma.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And so I think we got to do a better job investing in our people and their characters as individuals.
So guess what, guys? I mean, we got a late start. We coming to the end of the show. What I will do is extend another invite. I feel like it's more we needed to say.
Oh, yeah.
It's more. And it doesn't, you know, like I said, election is coming up. I want Trey to have an opportunity to speak directly to the audience. But, I mean, you know.
So I think that election is very important for people to participate, because if you don't participate, it leaves no room to really to complain, right? And then not just on election day.
Right, exactly.
My campaign is built around building on people. We say don't just stand there, do something. Everybody has an opportunity to participate, because the council member can't do it alone. Grandma can't do it alone. The post office man can't do it alone. And it takes a community effort to really change. And we're in a place in time we can't wait.
Exactly.
Stuff is happening so fast that everybody has to put aside your differences and figure out what you have in common and focus on those things, right? Because bad things happen when good people do nothing. And it's a lot of us who can do something, because y'all have gifts and talents. Like, we complain like, she ain't doing this, or he ain't. But the arm don't do what the leg do. The head don't do what the heart do. Everybody have a gift and talent you can offer to make this village a better place, instead of just complaining. And I think that we are so divided. In our communities, this street versus that street, this hood versus that hood, that family, this school beefing with this school, that we can't, we're not privileged with enough time to be divided at this particular moment in history, because the price of living is going up and up and up, and if we're not increasing our economic empowerment and our value and what we make, then we're gonna be priced out.
You're right.
And that's re-education. As miseducation Negro, I know College Wilson, but it's the re-education that needs to happen sooner than later. And we can't depend on the public school system to educate our kids alone. We have to do it in our own households with our cousins, nieces, nephews, our family members, and it's an urgency.
Okay. So you heard it here on the Buzy with B show. The topic was heavy. I was excited. I wanted it to be exactly that. I wanted it to be heavy, because that's how my heart was, just that heavy over the summer months leading up into now. I'm hoping that we start caring about our lives, that we can't always depend on the politicians. It's about us taking our community back. All this no snitching. Like, put down the guns and take our streets back. Again, each and every Monday, right here on Listen Vision Live. I don't know exactly what the topic is going to be next week. I may go a little lighter, but there's a lot of things that we need to talk about. I've been gone for, some months now. My life has changed dramatically. So, I mean, I'm going to be talking a lot to the young ladies. I'm going to be talking a lot to the women. And, man, we're going to need your support. We're gonna need y'all to tune in and listen in and all that good stuff. But each and every Monday, right here on Listen Vision Live on Georgia Avenue. I'll see you at 7 next Monday. Peace.
Busy with B, getting busy with me. I'm too busy being beautiful, loving and free. Getting busy with B, getting busy with me. I'm too busy being beautiful, loving and free.
Getting busy with B, getting busy with B. She too busy being beautiful, it's busy to be. We busy being busy, baby, that's the way it should be.
I tune into my station, baby, and get busy with B.
Getting busy with B, getting busy with B. We busy being brilliant, breaking down your issues with B. The best of being busy, baby, that's the way it should be.
I tune station, baby, and get busy with beat.
What we talk about, we can talk it out. Latest news, advertisement, what we bark about. Charity, celebrity, what we talk about. Therapy, prosperity, what we talk about. I'm from the nation cap, home of the Nets. We winning on you Bammers, baby, best believe it. We losing our youth, the black on black violence with straps. Can't depend on politicians, gotta watch our own back. Put the guns down, youngins, life's about funnin'. Hate to see funerals, but love to give money. Shout out to VA and PG, you see us coming. MDDC, be more what it do, dummy.
Getting busy with B, getting busy with me. I'm too busy being beautiful, loving and free. Getting busy with B, getting busy with me. I'm too busy being beautiful, loving and free.
Getting busy with B, getting busy with B. She too busy being beautiful, it's busy to be. We busy being busy, baby, that's the way it should be.
I tune into my station, baby, and get busy with B.
Getting busy with B, getting busy with B. We busy being brilliant, breaking down your issues with B. The best of being busy, baby, that's the way it should be.
I tune into my station, baby, and get busy with B.
What we talk about, we can talk it out. Latest news, advertisement, what we bark about. Charity, celebrity, what we talk about. Therapy, prosperity, what we talk about. I'm from the nation cap, home of the Nets. We winning on you Bammers, baby, best believe it. We losing our youth, the black on black violence with straps. Can't depend on politicians, gotta watch our own back. Put the guns down, youngins, life's about funnin'. Hate to see funerals, but love to give money. Shout out to VA and PG, you see us coming. MD